Hey, bless y'all, bless y'all. Hey, just wanted to come to y'all. Just a quick video, something that just dropped on my mind. And hopefully this can be edifying. Uh, hopefully this can be something that'll help people's understanding. But as I was sitting here driving, it came to my mind that, like the old saying, there's too many chiefs but not enough Indians. Or everybody's trying to be a chief, but ain't nobody try to be an Indian. You know that old saying. But everybody, everybody, nobody wants to be a disciple nowadays. Nobody. Everybody, don't nobody wants to be a disciple. Don't nobody want to be a student. Don't nobody want to be the one that has to go and study, have to take tests, go through the experience of learning a skill. Or in the case of what I'm talking about, learning the word. Everybody want to be the teacher of themselves. Don't nobody want to be a student. Don't nobody want to be a taught. Don't nobody want to be a disciple anymore. And why is that? Why is that? The only thing that comes to my mind is pride. Pride in the sense of you think that, okay, you have read the Bible, you have got some understanding, and now you got it. Now you got it. Can't nobody, you don't need somebody else trying to teach you the word. You don't need somebody else trying to come to you and reveal understanding and knowledge of the word to you. You got it. You got it all figured out. And I don't understand why nobody wants to be a disciple. The book clearly says Jesus, the Messiah, told the apostles right before he left, go and preach and teach to all nations. Right? So if he's supposed to do that, if he's supposed to do that, and then he also told them, go ye and make ye disciples. Right? So if he's supposed to go and make disciples, well, what is a disciple? Let's talk about that. What is a disciple? A disciple is someone is a student. That's all a disciple is, a student. Or like in some versions of the scripture, it says a taught. Don't nobody want to be a student anymore. Everybody want to be the teacher. Everybody want to be the professor. Everyone wants to be the doctor. They think they got it all. But don't you have to go to school for a number of years to be a teacher, a doctor, a professor? You know what I mean? That you got to go through all these tests, and then you have to go through all these experiences. You have to go through all these experiences in order to be able to be called a taught one. Don't you got to get a degree, in the worldly sense, that states, that recognizes that you've gone through the steps, you've gone through the process, you've had the experiences of a talk, of a student that that recognizes you as like I said, as a talk. But don't nobody want to be that. Don't nobody want to be a talk. You take it as somebody being a doctor. A doctor is always a student, someone who is ever learning. That's why it's called practicing medicine. They never stop learning. If I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, but doctors, I don't know if it's like every year or every couple of years, or, they have to take a test. They have to stay certified. They have to continue practicing. They can't take too long of an extended break in order for them to still be called a doctor. They can't take an extended long break and still be on the word, still be practicing medicine. No, they have to go and get recertified because they've been out of sync, they've been out of touch with the common practices of medicine. You know what I mean? And that's with anybody. You stop doing something for a while, you don't forget some things. You might get rusty on some things. But a student is someone who is ever learning. Now, there's different levels of being a student or a disciple or a taught one. You take it like how it is in the church, or how it is in the book, the structure of the book. You got some people start off as ministers. From ministers, they go to evangelists. From evangelists, they go to a deacon. From a deacon, they go to a teacher. From a teacher, they go to a pastor or an elder. So it's different levels to being a student. Even if you keep elevating, you're always a student. You're always learning something because you don't know everything. But nowadays, everybody want to skip the step. Everybody don't want to be a student. Nobody wants to be a disciple anymore, and it's sad. And that's what you see. Everybody wants to be in the chief seat. But even if you're in the chief seat, listen, that's a heavy task. There is a lot that you have to do that you're responsible for as a chief. You got a lot of people out there saying, "Oh, well, I don't need somebody. I don't need a man. I don't need somebody in front of me teaching me." Did you ever hear the disciples say that? Did you ever hear any of the apostles say that? Even when they went out into the world and they made elders, teachers, disciples of themselves. Did you ever hear their disciples tell them that? Is it ever recorded? Well, why is it that nobody wants to be a disciple today? Nobody wants to be a student today. It's sad that everybody want to be the head honcho, the number one, numero uno. But don't nobody want to be the one that has to sit at the desk with a pen and paper, pencil, notebook, and study the scriptures. Study the word. Pray. Don't nobody want to do this. Be a student first. And like the book says, let your gifts make room for you. Instead of you trying to make yourself known, instead of you trying to make yourself known amongst the people. The book says what you do in secret, Yah will reward you open. Everybody, come on, let's humble ourselves and let's be students first. And if it be fit for you to be something of a student at a higher level or a higher capacity, then let your gift be made. Let your gift make room for you. Hopefully this is edifying. Hopefully this helps somebody. This helped me. This helped me. You know what I mean? And pray that, you know what I mean, that these words that I'm saying, you know what I mean, they're not my words. I'm just going based off with the book that I've learned from the book and from the things that I've been taught. But y'all got to be taught some way, shape, form, or fashion. We all have to be taught. That's what a disciple is. A talker. Someone who is ever learning. Someone who is a student. Let's not forget that. Let's get back to being students and stop trying to be somebody of importance, somebody of trying to be someone called of a great title. Because even those who have greater titles, they're still students. They're just a student in a higher capacity. Bless y'all. Bless y'all. Bless y'all.